Movies Technical Communication 11th edition. So I'm just going to go through a quick overview of what Launchpad is and what's included. And I'll make sure you have access to this. So you'll get a separate email with login information. I'm just going to log in as me. But it'll bring you to this site. And when you log in, you'll be brought to, you'll be brought to a different screen. Just go to the dashboard screen. So when you log in for the first time, you'll actually be prompted to create a course. So you'll see this box with the create course icon. And you'll just click through the process and answer questions. The first screen will ask you if this is the right book. Click next. Then it'll ask you if you want to create a copy of an existing course. This is a really great tool if you decide to adopt this with the book, so that if you're teaching in the fall and you set up assignments in here, you don't have to recreate the wheel each time. So you can actually copy your fall assignments and include them in a spring course. We'll just skip through that for now. And then you'll just actually plug in your course information, just example, and associate your school to it, and be mindful of the time zone. It is auto set to Eastern. Create. And then you'll see your course loaded at the top. You just click on the title, and this will bring you to a welcome screen. Again, this is created for a student-facing view as well, so that when students log in, they'll see this welcome screen first, and they'll have your course name and the course instructor's name, so they know they're in the right location. When you click enter, you'll be brought to the first screen we were brought to before. So this is what I like to call the meat and potatoes of Launchpad. And the first thing you'll notice is this large yellow banner that says that your course is not visible until for students until you activate it. So I'm just going to skip through and fast forward. This is something you would do at the end after you set up your course and created all of your assignments. But we'll pretend that we've done that already and activate our course for students. You click that button, it'll have an overview of your course information. You can edit anything right from here. When you click green activate, it's going to generate a template email, and this email you would send to your students, copy and paste and send to your students, and it includes your course URL. So this would be your course, no one else's, and it's identified by those little numbers at the end. And in the email, it includes that URL as well as information for students on how to register, how to get temporary access for 21 days if they're waiting for something like financial aid, and then of course there's information on tech support if they run into any trouble. So when you click done, that yellow banner should disappear, and your course would be live, and students would register right from that URL you send them, and they'll be able to see any assignments you set up. So we're going to backtrack now and go through what is in here. So when you log in, you'll notice there's a big preview site. So this system is still being built out for this book, and I think the only thing that's missing is actually the ebook. So when you get your access, you'll see exactly this, and when you click on something like Chapter 3, you'll just see additional resources. When the ebook is ready, it'll be loaded in here, so the ebook for Chapter 3 and all of the chapters will be listed here too. You click additional resources. This is what you can sort of preview now, and these are the tools that are going to be associated in the Launchpad. They're organized by the table of contents of the chapter, so that all of the tools that are in here are specifically tied to each chapter itself. We have a whole board of faculty members who have taught with our tools, who have taught with our books, either in a hybrid or face-to-face setting. So they came together and selected the resources they think are most appropriate for each chapter. So they're going to be different. They're always going to be tutorials, learning curve, and cases, but of course they'll be different depending on the chapter. So the tutorials are going to be walking students through a variety of different topics. It may include some writing prompts, it may include some video prompts, basically whatever is best suited to demonstrate that concept and give students extra practice. But it is a tutorial, so there is interactive elements to it. So here this one has a video that's included, and then they have a writing prompt. So it's a nice feature in here. Learning Curve is an adaptive assessment tool. So this is going to give students an individualized practice. Rather than it being a static set of, say, 20 questions, students are working towards an activity score. This one's set to 600, so if you roughly think every question's worth about 10 points, that means students have to get 60 questions answered correctly before they're done the activity. That's probably not the right correlation of numbers there, but just to give you an example of how that works. So students are all going to get their own unique experience based on their understanding of the concept. So you'll see the topics for the activity are listed here, and these little bars, these purple bars, you can think of as a bank of easy, medium, and difficult level questions. So students are working through each level for each topic, and how much time they're going to spend on each topic and each level depends on their understanding of the concept. So the system's going to adapt based on their responses. At the end of the activity, you'll have access to student reports. Students will have access to their own individual report, and it'll show them where they did the best and where they did the weakest. And when you click on the weakest, again, this is still being built out, but when you click on it, it would open up the ebook section and some additional resources for further practice. In addition to individual student reports, you as the instructor would also have access to this class topic breakdown. And this will give you a nice macro view of your entire course and show you what areas the class had the most difficulty with. So it sort of gives you good information, good metrics on those areas. The idea is you assign the learning curve before lecture time. You run those reports before class, and then you would tailor your lecture to going over those topics a little heavier in class. That's how most faculty have been actively using learning curve in class. So I'll just show you what these look like. They're traditional questions. Are going to be true, false, fill in the blank, and multiple choice in format. Progress bars at the bottom so students always know how far along they are. If they don't know the answer to this question, that ebook would be hyperlinked, so they could click on that link and get access to the exact part of the book that's covering this concept. And when they click on that, they don't actually get penalized, so which is contrary to if they click get a hint or show me. If they click get a hint, you'll notice the progress bar goes down, but they get some feedback to help them answer the question. So it's a tool that's integrated right within the ebook itself. It's a great practice tool, and it provides some individualized student feedback and practice for what they know and what they don't know. Cases are listed out here as well. So how this would work in terms of assigning, as you probably have noticed when I hover over any of these titles, there's a little assign button that would pop up. So if you click on assign, actually let me do learning curve since tutorials has more than one. Click assign, select a due date from the calendar, and now that this is going to be given a due date, so students will log in here, see what they have due. It'll link into the gradebook within the Launchpad. If you're using a LMS at the school like Blackboard, we do have integration so that basically all of these tools can live in Blackboard and sync up with your gradebook automatically. All of your resources are listed here too, so all of your instructor resources will be loaded in here, and then of course the ebook is in here. Launchpad packages with the book for free, so there's no additional charge for students. We do have a loose leaf version of the book, so if price is of a concern, the Launchpad does package with the loose leaf version. And then of course, the ebook is in here, so if students are comfortable with just having an ebook, they can just purchase Launchpad and save about half the cost of what the printed book would be. So 3 basically pricing options to include the Launchpad access. The only instance where students wouldn't get access is if they get a used book, say from Amazon or something, then the access card wouldn't come with it and they would have to purchase it separately. I don't recommend that. So I would sort of make that aware to students if you're requiring this in class, that they need to get the 3 options that either the bookstore would provide or the bookstore may want to just offer one package, and then they can opt to purchase just the ebook via Launchpad directly from this site here. They can purchase it directly from here. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. My direct line is 866-843-3715. My extension is 1720. And then you should be getting an email with this video from me, so you can just email me or just give me a call if you have any questions, or if you want another walkthrough one-on-one with me. I'd be happy to do that. Thank you.